Good evening, and I welcome you, students, for another interesting, amazing session webinar on natural resources. We have been talking with you about our natural resources, students, and we have told you last time that in previous lectures how atmosphere air is important, student. It has got oxygen, it has got nitrogen. You have seen the use of oxygen in our everyday life. We will also tell you what is the use of nitrogen, which is there in the air. Though nitrogen is inert gas, but it also is vital for the living being, students. And there is a lot of nitrogen elements, compounds in your body, those proteins and all amino acids. Further, students, we told you water is a wonder liquid, and water is absolutely essential for our life. Today, our discussion is going to be, students, on the soil and mineral riches in the soil. But before that, student, we have few questions for you, and I hope you will participate and answer these questions. Why do organisms need water, student? A question was given in the paper so many times. What is your answer, students? Why do organisms need water? Why do you need water? Tell me. What answer you are giving for these students?
So we
So,
need water to survive.
That is all right. That everyone knows, but from the science point of view, give me the reasons why water
uh,
is so necessary.
organisms need water for the transportation of water and food in our body. Then all cellular processes occur due to water.
Okay, that's all right. So, students, what we told you that water is essential because, students, cellular processes student, which are taking place inside your body, they require water, student. They take place in water as a medium. Water is a medium, student, in which the reactions takes place. You know about it. And the reactions, chemical reactions take place inside your body, student. Reactions take place in water. So you already know about this. Within our body, students, all the reactions are taking place in the cells of your body, and they are going to take place in water. And you know, the substances which you are eating, student, they are dissolved in water. Water is a good solvent, student. Water is a very good solvent, means it can dissolve all the substances, student, which you are eating, most of it, and they are transported, student. ठीक है? They are transported, students, within our body, students, from one part of the body to the other, from one in a dissolved form. So there is transportation of the substances in our body from one part to another part of the body, student, is the result of the dissolved substances in the water. There, and also the, what is the story of the terrestrial life form, student? Terrestrial life forms. Do they need water? Tell me, do they need water, students? Terrestrial, why do terrestrial life forms need water, students? They need fresh water. Why? Important question. Important question. What is your answer, student? The terrestrial life form, student, in the water, in the sea, in the rivers, in the lake, student, the aquatic life. Why do they need fresh water? Tell me. How they use water, student? They need.
They need water because their bodies cannot tolerate get rid of high amounts of dissolved salts in water.
Okay, yes, that's the right answer. So students, what we are saying, we are in need of this water. And then next question, which is coming, student. What is this was the answer one, student. Very important question is there in the paper. What is the major source of fresh water in the city, town, village where you live? Tell me. Answer number two. Where the water is coming from? You need fresh water, student. Where your fresh water is coming from? Where are the fresh waters coming from, students? Fresh water, where we are getting, students? Our fresh water is coming from where, students? At in your
The
home.
underground water and rivers.
So what are those? Municipal corporation or water jal board is providing you water, students. The fresh water is coming from, Delhi Jal board is supplying you water, student, and underground pipes are there from which it is coming. Do you know of any activity which may be polluting this water, students? What activities are polluting water?
Sir, your
students?
voice is breaking.
My voice is breaking. Water pollution is coming from where, students? Problem is in the network. Some problem is coming. Huh?
Yes, sir.
Okay, let me see. Don't. It will. Where is the water pollution, student? What are the sources of water pollution? What are the activities of the man which are causing water pollution? Can you tell me what activities are causing water pollution, students? Are you able to listen to me, students? My voice is audible?
Yes, sir.
Okay, what is the sources of water pollution, students?
Sir, industrialization,
Industry,
discharge of domestic waste,
industries are
excessive use of pesticides,
farmers, farming, use of fertilizers and pesticides, students. They get dissolved in water and then they mix with it. Then your drainage, from the drain, leakage of the drainage can take place, students. And other polluting units are there, student. The burning of these fossil fuels, waste products. And you have seen people are throwing plastics in the water, student. Plastic material being thrown in the water, in the seas. Who have seen that, beaches, student? How there is a contamination of the water. So many sources are there for water pollution, student. Therefore, we must take care of them and prevent it. All right, I thank you for answering these questions, students, that you have been able to answer all these questions. So we have seen how essential is the water, and we have told you how what is biodiversity, student. Can you tell me what is biodiversity, student? What is biodiversity, students? What is your answer? Biodiversity.
sir, the variety of plant and animal life in the world.
Yes. Where you will get, what are the factors on which biodiversity depends, student? Question 3, question 4. What are the factors, student, on which the biodiversity depends? What are the factors on which biodiversity depends? Factors, student. Can you tell me what are the factors? What factors you need where you will get maximum variety of plants,
So,
maximum species.
Sir, it depends on the temperature, the precipitation,
Only temperature,
altitude.
so altitude, soils.
or you said adequate amount of water is the most important part. So that will also depend on the rainfall, student, in the areas. Then you are saying temperature and also the quality of the soil. So at least three factors we can easily identify. If temperature becomes very high or very low, what will happen to the biodiversity, students? The plants, the trees, the living species, they need what type of temperature, students? Moderate temperatures. If the temperature drops to a very low value and you have glaciers, so what life you will get there? What plantation you will get there? Similarly, if the temperature becomes very, very high, student, what will happen? Those living species in the water also overheated, what will happen? They will not exist. They will die, student. And also, you know, there are microorganisms, students, which are performing their jobs and functions in the soil also, and they will not exist. And the soil is important because, you know, if the quality of soil will deteriorate, what will happen, student? So these questions have been answered. They are very important, student. There are nutrients in the soil, and also there are living species in the soil. Now we're coming to important point, student. Mineral riches in the soil. Question before us is that what is soil, student? First question, what is soil? What is the soil, student? The soil is an important resource that decides the diversity of life in an area. The diversity of the life, student, in an area I'm saying, depends on students, the type of soil, the quality of the soil. What type of soil is there, student? That will decide the diversity of the life. You know, certain soils are very good, very fertile. You see more biodiversity there. And certain soils are barren, student. Sand is there. And you say they are sands only. What will grow there, student? You don't see biodiversity in those areas because there is no plant life. There is trees are not there, and then the animals will not be there also. So the soil is important, student. And soil is made up of small pieces of broken rock and decaying plants. Decaying plant, student, called the organic matter. So how the soil has been formed, student? The question is how the soil has been formed. The soil which you see. Actually, you have seen there are rocks. Have you seen rocks, students? Big, big rocks. Yes or no? There are big, big rocks. And what has happened? These rock-like particles that make up the soil come from large rocks. There are very, very large rocks, students. And what is happening on these large rocks? Rain falls, student, and other weather conditions. What weather conditions, students? There is a heating by the sun rays. Heat is coming from the sun rays, students. It will heat up these, okay? And then there will be cooling in the night. In the morning, these rocks will get heated up. Night they will get cooled. So what will happen? What will happen? There will be cracks which will be produced in the large rock, students. And water with the rain will enter into these rocks. Again, what will it do? It goes inside the rocks. They are cracked, they are broken, and slowly, slowly, over time, student, these small particles will start coming from the rocks. They will break loose from the larger rocks. These particles will combine with the decaying plant parts or organic matter to form the soil. So how the soil is being formed, student? How the soil has been big rocks, big rocks. Sun is shining, temperature is increased in the morning, in the night temperature falls. Rains, water goes inside them. And what happens as the water washes them? The bigger particles are getting loose. They are breaking into smaller particles. Winds can also carry them, student. What will happen? There is a decaying organic matter from plants, from trees, from dead bodies, student. It will get mixed with them and will form the soil, student. Will form the soil. So in we can say that we can say that the soil forming factors, parent material. There is a parent material, student. What is that? Parent material. Few soils weather directly from underlying rocks. Climate, soils vary depending on the climate, student. You will see that if you go to different parts of your country, student, where climate is different, the soil is also different. Do you see that? Tell me. Do you ever see, you go have gone to different places, you see the color of the soil is also different? Do you see that? If you go to Goa, that what you see, reddish brown type of soils. Here, what is the color of your soil? And you go to other places, you see the soils are changing, student. And as the climate is changing, the geographical changes are there, student. The soil is changing. Topography, slope, and aspect affect the moisture and temperature of the soil, student. Biological factors, plant, animals, microorganisms, and human affect the soil formation. Whatever are the living species on the land, student, they affect the type of the soils which are there. Moisture, how much water is there in the atmosphere, how much temperature is there, students. So there are both topography and biological factors, students. Biological factors are those are living things, students. The plants, the animals, the trees, all these are living things, animals, microorganism, I'm saying. In the soil, there are microorganisms, students. They are very important. You know what role they are doing. They are fixing human nitrogen and so many things. These and making the soil fertile, students. Therefore, students, here is a picture of what we are talking. See, this is a parent rock. Parent rock. This determines the color, chemical properties, mineral content, and permeability of the soil. This is my parent rock, student. Parent rock. Color, you, as I said, different places you go, student, the color is also different. Desert area color is different. If you go to beaches, you see different type of color, students. And depending upon the parent rocks, students, mountain areas, hilly areas, you will see different, and their chemical properties are different, and mineral content is there. Mineral content, we'll talk about the mineral content. Means there are certain ores, student, from which we extract the metals. They are, even, you know, coal is present under the earth crust, student. You are digging mines. There are mines, students, on the crust of the earth, from which you get different metals also. Aluminium, bauxite, oxide, ores of iron are there. Copper pyrites are there. Zinc blende is there. Similarly, you have different type of minerals which are very important resources of the man, student, on earth. So there is a parent rock. And here is a topography determines accumulation of the soil. What type of accumulation of the soil is there, student? And here biota affects the rate of human formation. What type of weather conditions are there, student? Temperatures, humidity, pressures, climate, temperature, rainfall, student, the rate of weathering and formation of humus. All this, sun is shining, rains are there, temperature, climate, all this affect. And time, how old are the thickness of the soil profile, how old they are, student, what is happening, winds are blowing, and the layers of the soil may be washed away by winds, by water. Water can also carry these particles. Therefore, these these are some of the ways, students, what we see, that the factors which affect our soil, the factors which we are saying, there are big rocks, and they are how much, over a period of thousands and millions of years, student, rocks at or near the surface of the earth are broken down by various, the rocks. How much time I am talking about, student? Thousands and millions of years. Thousands and millions of years. What has happened? These rocks are broken. The rocks are broken, student. How they are broken? By physical, chemical, and biological processes. There are physical, biological, and chemical processes, students, which are taking place, and the end product of this is the fine particles of the soil. What will be the end product, student? Fine particles of the soil. There will be fine particles of the soils which you see, student. So this process is taking place. That is the soil, student, which you are seeing now, where you can see you are growing your plants. This is your soil after how many thousands and millions of years of process is there, students, which is the result of that, student. Now what type of soils you will get? What type of soils you get, student? And the factors, student, or the processes that make the soil. What are the factors, student, or the processes that make the soil which you see, student? Factors which will form the soils, or which you make the soil, students. The sun is the most important thing, student. As I said, sun heats up the rocks, student, in the morning. What will happen? During the day, the rocks will expand. Because of heating, there will be expansion of these particles. Heating, expansion, heat, particles expands, heat up. And what happens, student? At night, the sun is not there, cooling, rocks will get cooled, student. And when the cooling of rocks will take place, what will happen? Some contraction, some parts of the rock will contract. Contraction of some parts of the rocks, students. Certain parts of the rock will expand, certain parts of the rock will contract, student. Then this will cause, student, cracks. What will happen? Cracks in the huge rocks. So the huge rock, there will be cracks, students, and they will break into smaller pieces. The breaking will start, student. They will break into smaller pieces. So this is the first important thing which is happening. Over thousands of years, millions of years, this process is going on, student. Second, student, I am saying water is there. Rains are there, water is flowing, student. The glaciers are melting. As you have seen, water is coming from so many places. So water will also help in the formation of soil. This will help in the formation of soil. How the water will help, student? The water can get into the cracks. This water can go into the cracks, student, of the rocks. Whatever cracks are there due to uneven heating by the sun. And the water may freeze also in them. If water will go inside the cracks and freeze student, it will widen the cracks. The cracks will be widened student. So second, there is a flowing water student. Flowing water. What the flowing water does? Water is flowing. What it will do, students? It will carry with it. It will carry student certain big or small particles of the rocks. It will carry with it particles of the rock student. ठीक है? Downstream, downstream. So these particles are carried by the water movement student, and also the rocks rubbing of the rocks is taking place against other rocks, against other rocks. When rocks will be rubbing our stage, what will happen, student? They will start breaking into smaller and smaller particles. The result is that the bigger particles are breaking, student, into smaller and smaller particles. They are breaking into smaller and smaller particles, students. Breaking into smaller particles. ठीक है? So water will carry these smaller particles and deposits it further down its path. As the water flows, it carries these particles, students, with it, and in the path it will deposit these particles. So soil is found in places far away from the parent rock. So parent rock and soil could be at a big distance because they are being carried vast away by the carrying or flowing water. So soils will be there. What you can say, the soil is formed, student, formed at places far away from the parent rock. Parent rock. Rock is the parent from which these particles are coming, breaking. Rocks are breaking, student, carried by water. So student, another process is the wind. You have been told what we have given a complete lecture on the wind, student, how the winds are formed. What you have seen, student, when hot air rises, the pressure becomes less, and then air will move from higher pressure to lower pressure. So you have seen, we have shown you the breeze, student, near the sea areas, coastal areas, how the wind in the morning, what happens, and in the night, how the cool breeze is blowing, student, due to change in pressure of the different regions, due to heating of the airs, uneven heating of the airs. So wind is similar to the way in which water rubs against the rocks and wears them down. So just as water, wind will also wear. What it will do, student? It will rub against the rocks and it wears them down. Both water and wind, as they will rub against the wall, against the big rocks, they will wear them down. Strong winds will do what? If there are strong winds, student, they will erode, the rocks down. You have seen, ever you travel to mountain areas, what is happening? Big rocks are falling down. Have you seen those big rocks are falling down, students, during certain extreme rainy conditions? So students, the wind also carries sand from one place to other, like water does, like water does. So sun, water, wind, fourth is the living organisms. Those organisms which are in the soil, you have seen, student, a bio, what you have seen earlier, lichen. What is a lichen, student? Tell me, what is a lichen? We talked about the lichen, student, in the previous lectures. What was that? The lichen which you found, what is lichen, students? that was growing on trees, and as the amount of the it is sensitive to, lichen is sensitive to which gas, student? What we told you, the lichens are sensitive to, lichen are used as a indicator, student, and they were sensitive to what? They were sensitive to
So nitrogen.
lichen are found, student, what we told you, sensitive to the levels of contaminants like sulfur dioxide, SO2 in the atmosphere. They were sensitive to. And on the rocks also, student, you will see that what you have on the rock, students, there are lichen, student, which also grows on the surface of the rocks. So while growing, they release certain substances. These lichen, students, while they are growing on the rocks, they will release certain substances that cause the rock surface to powder down. So what they do? There are lichen, students, on the surface of the rocks, students, and they release certain substances which powder down the rocks and form thin, and they will form thin, student, layer of the soil. So other small plants like moss are able to grow on the surface now, and they cause the rocks to break up further. So there are cracks in the rocks, there is a water in the rocks, it is coming into the powdered forms, and you will see the roots of certain plants like moss. You have seen moss on the rocks. You have seen on the rocky areas now, a lot of moss is being formed, student. They will further break down, and then the roots of big trees go into the cracks in the rocks. Roots of big trees. You have seen roots of big trees, student. They go into the cracks of the rocks. Roots of big trees. And the roots go bigger, the cracks become bigger, and slowly what will happen? The rocks will break down into fine particles, and with mix with the organic matter, student, which is there, and what you get is a soil. Therefore, we can say that soil is a mixture, student. What is a soil? It is a mixture. Your soil is nothing but a mixture, student. It is a mixture, student. It is a mixture and contains small particles of rock. Small particles of the rock. Sizes are different, and bits of decayed living organisms. Decayed living organisms, student. What are these called? Decayed living organisms are called humus, student. Humus. So in addition to this, soil also contains various forms of microscopic life. What is there? Particles of the rocks are there. Then decayed living organisms are there, which we call as humus. And also, what you are saying, soil is a mixture, student. So you are breaking these rocks. One, second, you are decaying living organism, humus, students. And also microscopic life is there. Microscopic life. There are a lot of microorganisms which are present in the soil, student. So the type of soil is decided by the average size of particles, and the quality of the soil will be decided by amount of humus and microorganisms, student. microscopic organisms found in it. The soil has microscopic organisms also in it. Very important point. So students, what we are telling you, that this soil which you have, what it has, particles due to breaking of the rocks. This is our parent. This is the parent of this rock, student. Big rocks. As you have seen, the cracks due to sun, due to water, due to the winds. And then student, we are saying humus gets mixed up. What is humus? You have saying decayed, student, organic matter. Those plants and those things which die, student, over thousands and millions of years, even those living species which die, they are getting mixed up. There are minerals and there are some important resources in them, students. And third, we are saying, student, important, third important is microscopic organisms, students. They are present in the soil, microscopic organisms. So humus is a major factor because it causes soil to become more porous. It makes the soil more porous, students. Porous. This porous will do what? Tell me, if the soil becomes porous, what will happen? It will become more fertile or less fertile? Let me tell you. Tell me. The soil become porous means what? There will be small pores in it. And then what will happen? If there are pores, what can happen? Water and air can penetrate deep. What will happen? Water and air, they can penetrate, student, deep inside them, deep inside. And that is very important, students, underground. Because the roots of the plants are underground, student. Plants are growing, so the nutrients are coming from underground to the entire plants, to the entire trees. So for us, humus is very, very important factor, student, which should be there. Microscopic organisms also are very important, play a very important role. You will learn more about this, students, in the coming lectures. Then you are saying there is a mineral content, student. And this is coming from the parent rocks, student. Parent rocks. As I said, you will see a lot of colored rocks in certain areas. You go to Goa, etc. There are a lot of iron ores. Oxides of iron are there, or some metals are there, students. You will see they also will be carried and they will go into the soil, students. So mineral content will be decided by the parent rock, students. It depends on which rock the soil is formed from, which rock the soil is formed on. So the nutrient content of the soil, the amount of humus, we are saying nutrient content of the soil plus the humus, student. Humus, those decayed living organisms, decayed living, and depth of the soil, students, depth of the soil. This up because soils have many layers, student. Depth of the soil are the factors which decide which plants will thrive on that soil. So these are the factors which will decide what type of plants we can grow in these type of soils. You know that every plant cannot be grown in every type of soil. You know about it. And so many types of soils are there. Certain plants exist in only certain type of soil. So it depends on the nutrient content humus and depth of the soil and depth of the soil. The topmost layer, student, contains humus and living organisms. That is why it is very, very important, student. So the top soil is that where maximum humus is there. Top soil, humus is there, and nutrients are there. Nutrients are there, students. And living organisms are living where? On the top soil, living organisms. So that is the most important part of the soil, student. The quality of topsoil is important and will decide the biodiversity in that area. The biodiversity will be decided by the top layer of the soil. Top layer of the soil. Any doubt? Tell me. Do you have any doubt, students? Here I have shown a part of how many types of, there are large number of type of soils. Few I have shown. See, the colors are different and they are at different areas of the earth, student. Large type of soils are known. Few we have taken these pictures, students. See what even colors are different, hardness is different, and the mineral content is different, amount of humus is different. All these are the soils. One of the problem is, student, soil erosion. The top layer is the most important layer. I said the quality of the soil will be decided by the top layer. Soil erosion is taking place, student, and erosion is a movement of soil. The top layer is of the soil where you have humus, you have mineral, students, in the top layer, students, and the topmost layer where you have the living microorganism. In the top layer you have humus, you have living microorganism, student. That is the top layer. And what is happening, student? There is a movement by winds, water, or glaciers. As they fall, they carry these top layers of the water. So that soil erosion is displacement of the upper layer of the soil. It forms a soil degradation. Natural processes by dynamic activity of erosive agents like water, ice, glaciers, snow, air, plants, animal, and humans. In accordance with this erosion, sometimes divided into water erosion, glacier erosion, snow erosion, geological erosion, anthropogenic erosion. Soil erosion may be a slow process that continues relatively for many years, unnoticed, students, but slow process, and sometimes it may occur at an alarming rate, causing a serious loss of the topsoil. So loss of the topsoil, student, because that is the where plants are growing, because top layers contains humus and living microorganisms, student, which are required. Living microorganisms are required, student. So as you can see, this is an example, this is a picture. This is the soil erosion taking place. This whole soil erosion. So this will make the land useless and infertile, students. And main causes and impacts of soil deforestation for agriculture is one of the top causes of soil erosion. Deforestation, student, you have heard the man is cutting the tree, students. As more and more trees you will cut, there will be soil erosion, and then plantation will not be possible. You will not be able to grow plants. What will happen? Biodiversity will be badly affected. So soil erosion is also caused by overgrazing, student. Deforestation, you are cutting the forest, student, for agriculture, and also overgrazing, you are grazing the animals there, and which causes floods. Overgrazing will cause floods too. Agrochemical cause soil erosion and degradation. Construction activities, recreational activities, you are doing constructing buildings on farmhouses, student. Farms are going, and construction activity, industries and big buildings are being made, student. So what is happening? This is all causing causes of the soil erosion. Soil erosion. So what determines the type of soil? Soil texture of composition, amount of organic material determine the soil quality and fertility. Given enough time, rock is weathered to produce a layered soil and is called a soil profile. Each type of climate ultimately produce unique type of soil. As I've been talking about topsoil, a soil profile is complete set of soil layers. Each layer is called a horizon, called the origin. Topsoil is the darkest layer of soil because it has the highest proportion of organic material. Humus, maximum humus is present in the topsoil, student. That's what we want to tell you. So when soil scientists want to precisely determine the soil, they measure percentage of sand, silt and clay. So a diagram is given where there is a percentage of clay, percentage of silt, percentage of sand, different type of soils you see: clay, silt, silt clay, foam, salt loam, loam, sandy loam, and this is decided by the percentage of clay, students, percentage of silt, and percentage of sand which is present in the soil. So this is a triangle, students, which is given by the scientist to find the nature of the soil. So what I have tried to tell you, topsoil is a usually darkest layer of the soil. It has the highest proportion of organic material, is a region of most intense biological activity. Insects, worms and other animals burrow through it, and plants stretch their roots down it. Plants root help to hold this layer of soil in the place. Topsoil minerals may dissolve in fresh water that moves through it and carried to lower layers of the soil. Very small particles such as clay may also get carried to lower layer as water seeps down into the ground. So soil contamination or soil pollution as part of land degradation is caused by the presence of xenobiotics, human-made chemicals, or other alteration in the natural soil environment. It is typically caused by industrial activity, agriculture, chemical, or improper disposal of the waste material. Those fertilizers, pesticides, all those which are going thrown by the man, student, or chemicals, they are natural soil environment. They are doing what? They are causing soil pollution. Soil pollution. So illegal dumping of solid waste, polluted water absorbed by the soil, use of chemical fertilizers, pesticide, dumping of minerals, oils and radioactive waste. So soil such as farmer, construction worker or miners are at a great risk of health problems that involve direct contact with the soil, but everyone's health is affected by the soil to some extent. So when the soil is contaminated, is polluted, student, by these chemicals, waste materials, minerals, oils, pesticides, then there is a danger to the farmers and the life of the construction worker or miners. So provides, because soil provides many of the nutrients we require. We can pass on harmful substances through the food, and also the food which you are eating, it can have the harmful substances. Some dust generated from soil can travel thousands of miles and affect people long distances from where they originated. Although recent advances in soil plays important health are being made, continue to be the few people think about the soil having an effect on the health. Therefore, tell me, is the soil quality important for our health? Soil quality of the soil, quality of the soil affects our health, yes or no? Tell me.
Yes, sir.
So if the soil will be polluted, if the soil will be eroded, the health will be highly affected, student, those workers who are working on those soils, and also far away places also. And also when you eat the food, student, it will have fertilizers and pesticides. Therefore it, our health will be affected badly due to this. So soil pollution is a very, very important point, student. So we have to prevent it. Modern farming practices involve use of large amounts of fertilizers, pesticides. These substances over long period can destroy the soil structure by killing soil microorganisms. These fertilizer, pesticides, they will kill. What they will kill? There are, what we said, soil microorganisms are there, and they are important, student. It will, even earthworms are there. They are required for making, they help in making the rich humus. These are helping in making the rich humus which is necessary for the growth of the plant, students. So fertility of the soil depends on the living microorganisms which is present in the top layer of the soil. Top layer of the soil is the place where maximum activity is taking place. Maximum these microorganisms are there, students. So fertile soil will be turned, what will happen in our country? Fertile soil is being turned, student, into barren, ठीक है, and removal of useful component and addition of other substances adversely affect the fertility and kill the diversity of the organism that live. And this is what we call as soil pollution. Clear? What is soil pollution? So use of chemicals, use of fertilizer, use of waste material throwing into that, student, they are killing the soil microorganism, earthworms also, which are making our earth top layer rich humus, student. And then the land will become barren, and also it will have contaminated pollutants which will go into our body when we will eat the food, and will be carried by wind to farther away distances, will cause serious health hazard and a problem. So we must try to prevent soil pollution by and avoiding these chemicals and fertilizers and other materials, students, which can harm the top layer of the soil. Okay, I hope the lecture was good. So you have enjoyed it, you have understood what I said. Then okay, we are ending up the lecture here. We will meet you in our next class. Okay, bye bye. How do you
Thank
like
you,
the
sir.
lecture? So you understood everything about the soils,
Yes, sir.
soil, how important they are, student. And soil pollution, soil erosion is very dangerous because it will make our lands infertile and will cause serious health problems. Okay, then bye bye. I'll meet you in my next class.
Thank you, sir.
Okay.